Hello everybody, I am back with yet another video, and today I'm going to be doing something a little special. I did this last year, and many people here in the gaming community do as well. I think it's a lot of fun to kind of set your gaming goals for the summer, and this is going to be my summer backlog. Now, I have a unbelievable number of games in my backlog right now. It is not even funny, and as you'll see in a video coming soon, I have even more games. Yeah, you'll see in that video. But anyways, I picked 10 games specifically here. There are many other games that I plan on playing and dabbling in over the course of the summer, but these are 10 specific games that I want to focus on and really want to try and beat. Now, 10 games does sound like a lot, but I'm not going to be going back to work for about 2 more weeks, so I'm going to have a lot of time to really kind of just dig into these games. And I've already actually completed 2 Wii games. I completed Lord of the Rings, Aragorn's Quest, and Knight's Journey of Dreams. And I'll be speaking about those in the games I've been playing recently episode, which I'll be doing here in the next few weeks as well. So stay tuned for more in-depth thoughts in those. As I go through these games here, I'm not going to be going into too much depth because I will be doing a summer backlog conclusion, kind of going through and discussing my thoughts on the games and whether I completed them or not. And hopefully I'll be able to successfully complete all these games. But I was kind of particular in what I chose because I wanted to kind of hit a wide variety of consoles. I didn't want to just specifically focus on the PlayStation 3 or the Xbox or the Wii. I really kind of want to just get all around and pick some games here and there in my collection that I just either haven't played or just haven't had a chance to finish yet. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and please guys, leave your comments below. Let me know what you're going to be working on this summer as far as games go. And if you want to do a video response, by all means, go ahead and I'll, of course, accept it, and we'll get, the video responses going here in the gaming community. It'll be a lot of fun. So, hope you guys enjoy this video. Alright, so the first game we have here, I have the Game Boy Advance version, but I'll probably be playing it on the PlayStation 3 because my friend Chesley, of course, generously has downloaded that version of the game on the PlayStation 3, and that is Final Fantasy VI. Now, a lot of people hold this game in very high regard. Many people even say it's their favorite Final Fantasy game, so I want to see what all the hype's about. I really want to dig into this game. I've heard it's just a fantastic traditional JRPG that everyone must experience, so I'm looking forward to playing through that. The next game we have here was sent to me by my buddy Matt, Rammstein fan 234, as you guys saw in my last video, and that is DuckTales for the Game Boy. I'd always wanted to play this game on the NES, and I've heard the Game Boy port is great as well, so I really want to dig into this. I know this probably won't take me very long, but I still wanted to include it in the backlog because I thought it'd be fun to play through this as well. Moving right along here, we're still in kind of the retro games. A game that's very highly praised by a lot of fans as well, and that is Sonic Adventure for the Sega Dreamcast. Now, many of you guys know that I just recently acquired a Dreamcast from my cousin. He gave me his Dreamcast and all of his games and his N64 as well. And I missed out on the entire era of just wonderful arcade games that were ported to the Dreamcast, as well as these games that were just made specifically for the Dreamcast, such as Sonic Adventure. And I never downloaded it once it was on the Xbox Live Arcade, so I really want to see what all the hype is about this game. A lot of people say this is their favorite Sonic game, surpassing their love for like Sonic 2 and 3. So if that's the case, I want to see what the hype's about. I definitely wanted to get into this, and I'm really looking forward to playing this game. And now we have some more modern games. I believe the rest of the games here we have are modern. So we have PlayStation 3, Wii, and Xbox 360. So the first one we have here is, no surprise here, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. I enjoyed Uncharted 3, but it was just a little bit too, I don't really know. I guess it was just too action-packed for me. I know that sounds kind of crazy because that's kind of what these games are about, but I was looking more for like a little bit more puzzle solving, a little bit less cinematic experiences, if you will. And I've heard that this is a little bit more of the Indiana Jones kind of feel, and I don't know, something about the third one just didn't, strike me very right. I felt like Drake was just, I don't know, just too loose. I just felt like his character movement was just very sloppy and not very crisp. So I didn't really like that. And I heard that number 2 is many people's favorite game in, the trilogy. So if that's the case, I'm really looking forward to playing through Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. And then I'm going to count this game as one. I know I'm kind of cheating here, but I don't care. I recently got this game for my birthday, and I'm finally going to be able to play these PlayStation 2 classics in HD, which is phenomenal. and that is the Eco Shadow of the Colossus HD Collection. I've never played either of these two games. As I said in a recent video, I've watched my friend play through Shadow of the Colossus, or at least I watched him beat some of the Colossi, but I never actually got my hands on the controller to play myself. But now I can play this game in HD with just wonderfully crisp graphics, and I think it's going to be a wonderful experience because both of these games are highly praised by many people here in the gaming community. As I've said before, Dinky Dana, his favorite game of all time is Shadow of the Colossus, and Pete Dorr, his favorite game is Eco. So if it's their favorite games of all time, I can't even imagine how much I'm going to enjoy these. But I'm really looking forward to that. Now we're getting into some of the Wii titles. I have 3 here that I've picked out, but as I said, I've already played through 2. The first one we have here is No More Heroes. Suda51, just as crazy as he is, I've heard this game is just absolutely absurd, over the top, and just a lot of fun. It's just, the art style looks a lot like Mad World and maybe like Sin City and that kind of a thing, all thrown into one. And I've heard this is like an open world kind of game too, and the main character, I believe his name is Travis, has this lightsaber-like weapon. It just looks really unique. I'm really looking forward to diving into this game and hopefully getting the sequel as well later in this summer. Now we get to a game that a lot of people kind of were hating on when it first came out, and I guess the price that the game is these days is kind of evident of that as well, and that is Metroid Other M. Definitely Nintendo took kind of a stride with this one. They definitely went on a limb and tried something new. This is not, like Super Metroid, or I guess it's more like Super Metroid and less like Metroid Prime. They tried to do incorporate a little bit of both, but I think just a lot of people were upset with the way that they took this game and took the series. But regardless, I'm still really looking forward to playing this because I have heard good things about it, and it's a fairly short game. I heard you can beat this game within 8 to 10 hours, so if that's the case, I'm looking forward to sitting down with my Wiimote and, jumping through this game and playing through it, and looking forward to seeing how this game turns out. And now we have a game that I'm just looking forward to playing because I know it's just going to be incredibly charming and just going to be, so entertaining. It's not going to be frustrating. I just can tell that this is going to be an enjoyable game through and through, and that's Klonoa on the Nintendo Wii. Of course, my buddy Chesley sent this to me, and he spoke very highly of it. Said the music was just very enlightening, I guess, and just really charming graphics. Great character. And of course, Pete Dorr is very fond of this game as well. But it just looks like an excellent platformer for the Nintendo Wii. And I'm sure I'll be playing this with the classic controller because I prefer to kind of play platformers that way. I don't really like to be flinging my arms around when I'm playing a platformer. But really great stuff here. Really looking forward to playing this. I'm sure that'll jump up in one of my favorite Wii games, of course. And now we have 2 Xbox 360 games, one of which here is Mass Effect 2. I've already put about 2 hours into this. Really liking it so far. I spoke a little bit about it in one of my previous videos, I think. It just reminds me a lot of like Gears of War, Star Trek, and Star Wars, like all in one, if that makes any sense. Gears of War because the combat system and the cover system when you're shooting your enemies is very reminiscent of Gears of War. And just the atmosphere, the environments that you're playing through, and the enemies that you face reminds me a lot of like Star Wars and Star Trek. So really interesting stuff. And of course, I've never played the first one, so maybe missing out on a little bit of some of the story. But I've heard it's not essential to play through the first one to play through the second one. So I'm enjoying my time so far, and I'm looking forward to hopefully completing the second one this summer. And then the final game here, of course, I had to include it in my backlog just because, it's just taken me forever to beat this game, and that is Final Fantasy XIII. All of you know where I'm at in the game. All of you know where I stand as far as my opinion of the game. I really enjoy the game, but I just haven't had a chance to beat it yet, and I need to because it's fantastic and it deserves, for me to play through it to its fullest. So I'm really hoping I can do that, and I think I can be successful with that. As long as I think I grind a bit, I can get through these last few bosses and complete the game, and maybe dabble in 13 too a little bit this summer because of course Chesley sent me that. For the PlayStation 3. Alright guys, so that is my list of games, my 10 games that I'm going to focus on as the summer progresses here. But please guys, by all means, leave a video response, a comment down below, let me know what you're going to be focusing on. Now again, this is not all the games I'm going to be playing. These are just the games I want to focus on completing because of course Chesley sent me a tremendous number of PS3 games, And there's some other games in my backlog too that I want to play a little bit. So let me know what you guys are going to be focusing on this summer. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what your thoughts are below. Thanks for watching, everyone.